Quick video is how to read your textbook and use your textbook to prepare for the tests in AP Psychology out of the Myers book. In the Myers book, it's broken up into units, and as you have noticed, each unit is broken up into numerous modules. Each module has numerous subsections. So for instance, there are 3 subsections to Module 1. Each module has a review section at its end, and each unit has a unit review section at its end. So what you want to do as you go through the book, you want to look for subsection questions, you want to look for terms, and you want to look for the review sections. Unit 1, for instance, Module 1 has 3 subsections, and it has a review section on pages 7 and 8. On pages 7 and 8, there are subsection questions, out of which multiple choice questions on the test will be asked. Additionally, there's practice multiple choice questions, and there's practice writing questions for additional practice, although we will not have writing questions on our unit tests. Here's what the module review subsections questions look like. These are at the top of every subsection within the reading, and here's an overview of the major information to answer the question. Multiple choice questions on the tests will come directly out of these subsections. Additionally, there'll be multiple choice questions out of other parts of the reading beyond just the subsection questions, and here's some practice for those. Here is an example of some practice FRQs. So these can be found at the end of every module in the module review part of the textbook. In this case, Module 1 is on pages 7 and 8. In addition to looking at the end of every module for the review section there, you also want to look at the unit review at the very end of each chapter. Specifically, you want to pay attention to the overview of terms, concepts, and contributors. Here's what this looks like for Unit 1. And you can see the key terms and concepts here are labeled by page number. You need to make sure to have a good grasp of all of these. Additionally, most units will have key contributors, individuals, and these will also be important for our multiple choice questions. So you need to know all of these terms and contributors in depth in order to tackle the multiple choice questions as well. We can get some help from Quizlet. The Milwaukee area teachers of psychology have already put together the main terms and concepts. All of these here are already on Quizlet for us. The key contributors are not. Additionally, just knowing the terms and concepts isn't enough, so you need to look out for secondary terms and concepts. These are often italicized phrases or subheadlines that are printed in blue. Here's an example of that. In the early part of Unit 1, Module 1, there's a reading about structuralism. Now the key concept here is bolded, but the sub-concept, how did I put it? The secondary term and concept is italicized. In order to fully prepare for this section, you really need to know what introspection is all about. Introspection is a major sub-theme to structuralism in order to understand structuralism. So be careful for these. You need to engage in close reading of the secondary terms and concepts in order to be fully prepared for the multiple choice questions. Additionally, there'll be this list of contributors, and that is the case for Unit 1. You have a pretty good list of contributors. What you want to do is you want to ask yourself these questions here. Which approach or field of psychology did the person contribute to? What was their specific contribution, findings, etc.? You need to be able to connect that individual with an approach, a line of research, and be able to talk about them specifically as they relate to a field of psychology and a finding. And then lastly, the unit review, along with the unit review having key terms and concepts and key contributors to remember. Additionally, the unit review has more practice multiple choice and more practice writing sections if you want to go for those as well. All right, hope this helps. Thanks.